Alright, it's been a hot minute since I've done anything on my channel. So, I think we should make a video. And specifically, I decided to make a tier list because I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring recently. And I thought, what better tier list to do? I might do a couple tier lists, but the first one I want to do is bosses. Elden Ring bosses, specifically like the main ones. And as you can see, there's a ton of freaking ads on the screen right now, so let me clean it up a little bit. Alright, enough stalling. Let's start ranking bosses. So I believe the first one here is the Regal Ancestor Spirit, which is the space moose that you fight underground. And what kind of categories do we have here? We have top 5, incredible, very good, alright, and despise. Seems fair. I only fought this boss. I think I fought this boss twice. I missed him on my first playthrough. And on a second playthrough, I thought he was good. I like the ambiance that the boss fight has, but the boss fight itself is a little bit meh, I guess. So I give it an alright. I like the music. The music helps, but and then we have Astel, which is like the giant space mosquito. And I don't like Astel. I think the boss is kind of out of place. It doesn't feel like he fits in the world of Elden Ring. And I know that there's like cosmic elements to Elden Ring, which is a whole nother aspect to Elden Ring that I don't know, I wasn't really seeing. But it doesn't feel right to put him in the despise category. So I'm gonna put him behind the moose. Now the next boss is I think it's the Dragonkin soldier. I don't remember the name. This boss, it's just, I don't know. I like it more than Astel, but not as much as the moose, so I guess I'll put him in between. But it's not really a boss that I look forward to fighting every time I play Elden Ring. And then we have Dragon Lord Placidusax, the 2-headed dragon that was once a 3-headed dragon that has you can see he's got what looks like Bolt of Grandsax that he uses. This is a really good fight. I'm not sure if he's in my top 5, but he's definitely at minimum incredible. So we're going to put him there. If I want to move him up, I'll put him up. He's got a great OST, great boss arena. I like how you access his boss arena by lying down and like essentially taking a nap at Farum Azula. So just everything about him. Great presentation, great fight. And then the next one we have, I think this guy's name's Elamir or Elimer of the Briar. He's got what looks like the Executioner's sword. I fought this guy once and he killed me so many times I threw my controller and it kind of left a dent in the wall because I was under-leveled for him. I wish I didn't do that. But as far as the fight goes now, he's not too bad. I don't really care for his weapon, which is kind of ironic. I feel like I should like the weapon more, but I'll put him behind the moose, but above the Dragonkin soldier. What's next on this? Okay, so Godfrey, the Golden Godfrey, is here, but Horalu is over here. And I'm a bit suspicious. Let me look here because where's like the real Godfrey? Okay, wait a minute. Is that Margit? Wait a minute. What's the difference? Who's Morgott? Would the real Morgott stand up, please? I bet this is Margit and this is Morgott, now that I'm looking at it. Okay, it looks to me like... Okay, so this is like the yellow Godfrey. Alright, so where am I going to put him? I'll put him in very good because of the lore significance, even though I don't really think that he should have been there. You know what? Actually, this is going to seem weird. I'm going to put him in despise. And I know what you're thinking. How did he go from very good to despise? And there's one reason why. He doesn't need to be in the game. Golden Godfrey. Because you got Godfrey at the end. That's the real Godfrey. Why do I... They just put that in there to pad the game out. And I don't like it when developers do that. So I guess we could skip ahead and do Horalu at the moment. So this is like the original Godfrey, I guess. I'll put him in very good. Do I put him in incredible? I don't know. There's some things about him, Godfrey. I like Godfrey. He's one of the cooler enemies in the game. But he's also got some weirdness to him. he's too manly. Like he's trying too hard. And it kind of takes me out of it. This whole game has a bunch of weird quirks like that where like some of the bosses are just way too over the top. And then we have Godric, the first remembrance boss that you fight. And I really like Godric. In fact, I think I even like him more than Placidus Axe. And you're probably screaming at me like, what are you thinking? How is Godric better than... I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's better than Placidus Axe. I'm saying I like the boss fight. The boss fight's fun. I like Stormveil Castle. The music, in my opinion, Godric has the best music in the game, and that kind of adds a lot to it. Plus, he's also fun to fight. He rolls around like a monkey. He tears off the head of a dragon and uses it. And halfway through, I like how he cuts his arm off. He's got a lot going for him. He does kind of suffer a little bit from like the over the topness that Godfrey has. The next one is the Godskin duo. Listen, I thought the Godskin Apostle and what's the other one? The Disciple or the Noble? Sorry, the Godskin Noble and the other one, the Apostle. I thought those bosses were the skinny one in particular. I thought was really cool. The fat one kind of was like really, like okay, sure. Fighting them the first time was fun, but they used this boss way too much. So the fact that at the very end that they give you the duo is going to go right down here in despise. We don't need to fight the duo, those two guys, as many times as FromSoft thinks we should. I'm putting it in despise. Now the fat guy, I'll put him in alright. And I'll put him above Elimer, I guess. But his fight is pretty good, I think. So I like his arena, where you fight him in the big, what looks like Red Pontiff's arena. That's kind of cool. But again, he is kind of ridiculous, so I'll just put him in alright. I like the moose more. And then, what do we have next? We have, what's his boss name? You get the grafted iron sword from him at Castle Morn. Oh, what's his name? Misbegotten. The something Misbegotten. I'm not sure. The fight is pretty fun, and I like his arena, so that kind of helps him. The boss itself is kind of meh, and you do see this guy show up a lot throughout the game, so he's got two things coming, working against him. I'll rank him down here, I guess. Again, he's kind of... There's nothing really special about him, except his boss arena is pretty much it. That's it. That's the only thing about him I like. This is a dragon. Which dragon is it? I think it's Fortisax. No. Okay, this has to be Fortisax. Fortisax was the boss that I missed out on the first time because I killed Fia, because I thought that's what the game wanted me to do. So I played it again, and I actually streamed it to fight Fortisax. The boss fight is pretty good. He was a little bit underwhelming. He wasn't as great as everyone said he was. But he gives you two great incantations. He's got some nice moves. I like the incantations he gives you. The music doesn't... I can't really remember the music too well. But the boss arena is pretty good. He's definitely a boss worth fighting every time you play the game. So he's going to rank very high. I think I'm going to put him... I'll put him right below Godfrey. I think that's fair. Is this Loretta? I think you fight him at the Halig Tree, don't you? Or her. This fight was okay, I guess. I don't know. It's another meh fight for me. It's not really something sticks out to me whenever I play the game. To be honest, I haven't even used the sorceries in the game. I have been so busy, I can't even get my int character off the ground. I think I'd put it above Elimer. Would I put him above the Noble? No, I'd put him there. I think that's good enough. What is this? Magma Worm Maker? Magma Worm Mocker? Again, they use this boss a lot, but the weapon's really good that you get from him, the curved sword. I don't remember the name, but I got two of them. And that weapon slaps, man. I don't like the R2 on it though, but I have to judge the boss less than the weapon. I guess. So where am I gonna put the magma worm? I I mean, yeah, this boss is used too many times. But I wouldn't say that I despise the boss. Why do you get a remembrance from him? I'm looking at these. I'm like, why do you get, or not remembrances, and achievements. Okay, come on. He's got to go somewhere. I'm going to put him, I'm not going to put him in despise. Okay, I think I'm going to put the magma worm right behind this guy. The misbegotten warrior. Although I'm thinking that he's got to be demoted. He's not that good of a boss now that I'm looking at it. No, I'm putting him at the end. No, there's nothing really special about that, but Astel's better than him. All these are kind of better. I'd rather fight him than these guys. Would I rather fight him than this guy? I think I would. I'm going to move him down that way. Magma Worm is moving up. Alright, I think I'll leave him there. He can't go too high. I'm looking at my list. Most of the bosses are in alright. I don't have very many incredible, very goods, and despises. We got to fill up those things, otherwise it's not looking good for the Elden Ring bosses. Alright, so next we have Melania, Goddess of Ratusi. Oh, this is like the fan favorite, I think. She's the one that stands out the most. She's the one that everyone's like, this is the hardest boss in the whole game. Because she's got the rot, Scarlet Rot attack, and the life steal, those two things together. And that stupid waterfowl dance attack that she does. But how do I... She's a good fight, but I don't know. I'll put her in incredible, but she's going at the end. I think that's fair. So far, Godric's my favorite. Okay, Malekith. I believe that's Malekith. I love his weapon, the Destined Death Sword. I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember the names. I just know it is Malekith's sword. That sword is awesome. I love that sword. I love the faith weapons. The fight itself is... It's good. I like Gurranq. I don't know. He kind of felt a little bit easy. I don't know why. You get to the end and you just fight Melania. And you get to Farum Azula. And you fight Placidusax, who's kind of hard. But then you get to Malekith and he's not as hard. He's not easy, but he's not... It felt like a step backward in difficulty. Like he didn't have that much health. The music doesn't really stand out to me. I can't really picture the music in my head. So Malekith is probably going to go at the top of very good. But do I like Melania more than Malekith is the question. I don't know. I like his armor. I'm going to put Malekith in incredible. Do I put him above Melania though? I will. I'll put Malekith above Melania. Okay, next boss. Is that... Okay, I gotta figure out if this is Margit or Morgott. Wait, there's two Mogs? Oh, there's one in... Okay, I'm pretty sure this one... Yeah, okay, I'm positive. This is Morgott, and this is Mohg. And this is the other Mohg from the Subterranean Shunning Grounds. Which means this is Margit. So, Margit as a first boss. Okay, again, I don't like... They've used Margit like 3 times in the game, right? You fight him at, in front of Stormveil Castle. And then he kind of just shows up at Altus Plateau. And then when you get inside Lindale, you fight him again. So why are they repeating? I don't like it when FromSoft does that. So what am I going to do? Do I put the real Morgott higher up? Or do I put Margit higher up? You see, I feel like Margit should be higher because you fight him first. Everyone remembers fighting Margit. And then, like, 60 hours into the game, you fight the Chad Margit. And I like Morgott, to be honest. That's the thing. I like Morgott as a character. So I'm conflicted. Well, we gotta put him somewhere. Margit above Godfrey. I'm gonna put Morgott at the bottom of very good. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. Alright, so now what do we got? I believe this freaking Terminator 2 looking boss. I think that's the Mimic tier, where you have to fight yourself. I don't know what people's opinion was on that fight. I was surprised when I fought that fight, because well, obviously, it's you. You have to fight yourself. Now, obviously, it's a dumber version of you, and you can make the boss fight stupid easy by just taking your armor off. But I was surprised, and I kind of liked it, to be honest. I thought it was interesting. It was a new take on something. It was, for creativity alone, I liked it. In fact, I liked it so much that I'm going to put the Mimic. It's kind of gimmicky, but I like the gimmick, so I'm going to put him at the top of All Right. I can't really put him up here with these guys, I don't think. I think that's kind of unfair. And now we have the two Moogs. So this is the real Moog, and this is the fake Moog. And I fought fake Moog first. Again, he doesn't need to be there. And I'm going to put him right behind Margit, but above Golden Godfrey. And then the real Moog, he's probably going to go in very good. I'm going to put Moog, I'm going to put him above Godfrey, or Horaloo, I guess. I like his trident, I like his boss arena, I like his music, and I like his weapon art that he uses, the Nihil. His rune, I don't know much about his rune. I know it's a PvP rune, but I don't really care about that. His voice acting's kind of goofy, but so was Godfrey's. The next one, I think this is Commander Niall or O'Neill. Hold on, I need to figure this out. I don't like him. I'm going to put him in Despise. I don't like Commander Niall. In fact, I'll put him between the duo. Because, again, you fight the duo so much. Not, separately, but like the duo at the end, it's padding the game out that doesn't need to be there. And they show up in areas they don't need to. Like, how many times did the fat one show up? Where you're just, like, moving along, progressing, collecting smithing stones, and then all of a sudden, the big fat lizard guy with the rapier shows up and just starts rolling around on the place. Now we go to Radon. Scarscourge Radon. Wait a minute, what? Star Scourge. Yeah, I can speak English. Is a great fight. The boss arena is great. His lore is great. He's got that meteor impact that he has at the beginning of Phase 2. You can fight him with a bunch of NPCs, where you run in there. You can fight him on a horse, which is kind of unique. A lot of these bosses up here, you can't fight on the horse, Torrent. But this fight is like the one exception. There might be another exception up here, but Radon is like one of the main bosses that is the exception. Everything about the Radon fight's great. I like it with the summons because it feels like you're going to war. But he's got one drawback. And most of you are probably not going to agree with me. But I don't like his stupid looking horse. His horse is ridiculous. It makes, imagine you were fighting Dark Eater Midir, where like they give him a little cowboy hat. Imagine, if you're fighting Midir and he's wearing a little cowboy. That's what I feel like when I'm fighting Radon. He's this great like war general, magic powers from outer space, everything about his fight. And then he's got this little anemic horse that he rides around on. It looks kind of stupid. But he's still a really good fight, so I'm going to put him in very good. It's keeping him out of incredible, but I'm going to put him in very good. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's the same as these other guys. And I think I'll put him here. I think I like Fortisax more. Okay, what else is here? This is the Red Wolf of Radagon, I think. And to be honest, I don't care for this dog. I don't know why. Like, who likes the dog boss? Freaking dogs are the worst in the Souls. And imagine, like, they make one of them a boss. That's what this dog is. You know what he reminds me of? Now I'm thinking about it. He reminds me of that wolf. The big wolf from the Ashes of Ariandel DLC. I'm going to put him at the very end. There's nothing about that fight I care about. He's got no HP, yet he's just annoying. Okay, and now we see that we have another moose, which makes me realize that this moose was probably not the moose that I thought he was. I'm thinking that this is the regal ancestor spirit, and this is just the ancestor spirit. So now we got duplicates. So I'm gonna move him up here because he's the regal one. And then the imposter is going down to despise because I don't like reskins. I wonder how bad my list is. Renala, Queen of the Full Moon. This boss fight is like Deacons meets Rom the Spider. And I like Renala. I like her spells. She summons other people to fight for her, which that part I don't really care for. The boss fight's not challenging, to be honest. I didn't find the boss fight very hard. But it had presentation, and that kind of counts. So I'm going to put Renala. She's very good, but I don't think I'd rank her very high in very good. I'd probably put her behind Morgat. Okay, now who's this guy? I can't tell who this is. Who is this? Hold up. Who is this boss? Did I not fight this boss? Okay, I need to look him up. Elden Ring achievement bosses lists. Take a million years for it to load a page. Oh my god. Wait, it wasn't Gideon, was it? Is that Gideon? Okay, I can't tell who it is, but I'm going to assume it's Gideon, even though it doesn't really look like him. So where am I going to put Gideon? Again, Gideon doesn't need to be a boss. He's an NPC, which I appreciate. But I don't really see what Gideon... Like, why does Gideon need to be a boss? I don't despise Gideon, but I can't really put him in alright. So I'm going to put him... I'll put him at the top of despise, I think. Because he's better than a duplicate. But whatever. I think that's fair. I'll put him there. Alright, so who do we have left? How is the Elden Beast not on here? Nothing is in my top 5. I have no top 5. I guess it's these 4. And then plus whoever I'm going to put here. So Rykard, the Snake Boy. He uses the that sword that I really like. I haven't used his spell, so I don't know what it's like. But the boss fight I really like. The music reminds me a lot of Dark Souls 1, you know, Bed of Chaos. His area is pretty cool. Mount Gelmir, Volcano Manor. His voice actor is pretty good. Like, he played the character really well. It's a really cool fight. It's a gimmick fight. It's like Yorm the Giant, but I thought they did it pretty well. But there is some bullcrap involved, which kind of hurts him. But Rykard is probably I've said this before, he's probably my favorite boss. Yeah, I'll put him above Godric, so I'll put him there. I like Rykard. And then we have the Valiant Gargoyles. Again, how many times did those gargoyles show up in the game? I like the gargoyles because you get weapons from them. But I don't like them how they were there as a boss, so it's a duplicate boss. So they're going to rank pretty low. But I like them a little bit more than the Godskin duo. As far as duos go, I'll put them there. In fact, but I don't like this guy, Niall, so I'm moving him down. 2 more. Radagon and the Fire Giant. So Radagon. Radagon. Where do I put Radagon? This is actually tough. I like him more than Renala. Do I like him more than Morgat? He's got good music, and I like his boss arena. So I'm going to move him above that. I think I got to put him above Radon, too. Do I like him more than Fortisax? Fortisax. No, I think I like Fortisax more. So I'm going to put him right in between. And then the Fire Giant. I don't like the Fire Giant. I like his incantations, but that's it. He's just a meh fight. I was expecting... Like, they didn't even give him a name. I'm reconsidering some of these that I've put on here. In fact, I might even put him right here. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I'll put the Fire Giant there. Okay, so now I need to reconsider this list and, you know, rank them as okay, so top 5. I mean, these are in my top 5, so I should probably put them up there. top 5. And then Incredible, Moog's going up, Godfrey's going up. I'll put Fortisax up there. I like Fortisax. Very good. Yeah, I think that's fine. Do I want to move All Right up? So does the Mimic go into very good? I can't put him up that high. I think that's kind of... that's not good. Although I might have to move this guy down one. Because he's kind of... I don't know, the fight's kind of fun though. I'll put him at the end of All Right. Okay, do I need to rearrange anything here? Some of these I don't really have a strong opinion on. But I think that's pretty good, as is. Alright, I guess this is my list. The Elden Beast isn't on this list, which I think is kind of lame. But if I had to put the Elden Beast on here somewhere, I kind of like the Elden Beast. So I would put him probably above Fortisax. Maybe even above Godfrey. I don't know. Somewhere in here. It would go in the Incredible layer. Whatever you want to call it. Tier. The Incredible tier. But anyway, this is my list. I know you probably hate it. And you'll feel free to tell me how wrong I am. And then I'll delete your comment.